Welcome to another Pilates Reformer workout. My name's Izzy. We're going to get started today on just one glue spring for our stretch. I've also got a nice squishy chi ball handy for our workout today. You can alter the variations though if you don't have one of these to do it without. Alright, let's get started with a little bit of a stretch. I'm on my ball. I'm on my one blue spring. We'll hide it under there. I'm just going to go straight into a little bit of a lunge here. Now, for those of you who don't know the colour variations for the springs, I will use a standard balanced body red, blue, yellow code just to call out the springs, but for a basic here, a red is one heavy, a blue is kind of the medium option, and then a yellow is a light. So alter that depending on what machine you have. Alright, we're just starting off with this lunge stretch here, easing the body in and out of this lunge. If you want a little bit more of this, you're welcome to lift that back knee off so you can get that little bit deeper. Alternatively, maybe you hold it down, you start to open out through that knee. Or maybe you even start to straighten out through that front leg, just getting a little stretch through that hamstring there. So our last 6 seconds like this. Just breathing and flowing into it. Last two. Last one. We'll bring the knees onto the carriage now. We'll just press out, find a quick little child's pose. Start to warm up that spine. Maybe you start to lift those hips up. Find that puppy pose. Tuck them back under here. Option to bring the hands down onto the platform. And for more of a shoulder stretch, have them up on that foot bar. Last big breath here. And then come out of it. We'll just even up the second side of that lunge. So plant the foot down, knees down, we press out. We start with that lunge stretch. Just letting that carriage float in and out here, moving however your body feels like it needs today. Again, take those little variations, maybe straighten through that front leg, maybe you hover that back knee off, get that little bit deeper, pushing out the knee, take a twist, whatever feels good for you here. We're just going to flow through this for our last 10 seconds here. And last one, just start to bring it back in. Okie dokie, let's jump into a bit of a warm up. So I'm going to stay on just my one blue spring. If you want a little bit less during this variation, you're welcome to go for one yellow instead. I'm going to grab out my ball and we're going to start with a little bit of side flexion. So grab a hold of your long strap and just pop that up and over your elbow for me. That hand is going to come behind the head. We've got our ball handy. We're going to lift those hips up, find our high kneel. Now with that ball, we're just gluing it into our thigh here. We're going to use that ball to help guide our motion. So fingertips are on that ball. We take a deep breath in. As you exhale, go for a bit of a side bend here. Re-stack it back up. So we find that side bend. Re-stack it back up. Now when we're working into our lateral flexion, we're really aiming to start to activate some of our oblique muscles. So those muscles on the side parts of our core here. So you can imagine those obliques pulling you, cinching you down into that side bend, and then re-stacking you back up. That core is holding you strong. Exhale on that way down, inhale on the way up. We're going to start to add a little pulse onto that ball. You come down and you go for a little squeeze onto that ball, restack the body back up. A little squeeze onto that ball, bring it back up. We've just got our last 10 seconds here. We're going to hold it down, go just for those little squeezes. In 3, in 2, last one here, pull it over, just those little squeezes onto that ball. Can you lean that little bit further? Draw that belly button in, tuck those hips under. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it all the way in. That strap can go away. The ball can go just down to the side. We're going to go straight into some hip work now. So find that high kneel. Hand is going to come down, find the platform. Your leg is going to go out long towards that headrest here. We're starting with a little lift of that leg. Bring it back down. So just a little lift. Control it back down. Aiming to find a reaching sensation with that foot as it lifts up and down here. So imagine that leg pulling away as it lifts. Control it back down. Maybe that top hand goes up, just for a little something to do there. Finding that reach through the shoulder blades. Finding that lift in the side waistline, lifting up and out of that underneath arm here. Can start to exhale as we lift that leg up. Inhale as we bring it back down. Awesome. Let's add a little pulse in. We lift it up, little pulse. Control it back down. Little pulse. Control it back down. Keep that belly button in, keep that waist lifted. Adding that little pulse to add on that little bit of extra fire here. We've got 8 more seconds like this, so we're going to hold it up. We're going to start to bend and stretch through that top knee. Last 4, hold it up. In 3, in 2, last one here, lift it up. That knee's going to come towards your elbow, pull it in tight, press it back out, reach it long. We pull it in close, we reach it back out, draw it in, find length, pull those fingertips and those toes away as we press it back out. We've got 10 more seconds of work here. Gonna finish off just with those little pulses. Try and keep that carriage still. Last 5. Last 4, reach it long. In 3, 2. Last one, hold it long, little pulse. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way back in. Little tap out, little pat out of those legs. Okay, let's go for a tiny bit more abs, just because I love abs. Grab that ball if it hasn't rolled too far away. We're going to come down on our backs. Wiggle the bum forwards and just find that ball right in between your shoulder blades for me. Whew. Once it's secure in there, fingertips behind the head, we're going to float those legs up into tabletop here. Deep breath in. Sorry, I'm just listening to the little dog. We start to bring that head back. Squeeze those abdominals up. Control it back. Squeeze it back up. With our ab exercises here, each time we lift, we're thinking about that belly button drawing down towards your spine here. We're thinking about that pelvic floor gently engaging, gently pulling up to support us with those deep core muscles here as well. Now, if this is a little bit strong for you, those feet can come down at any time, just focusing in on those ab curls here if that's better for your body. Or for that challenge, feet stay up. We're working on that balance here as well. 4 more, we're going to add in a leg extension. So as you go down, you extend one leg out long. Bring everything back in as you peel it up. Other leg goes out long. We draw it all the way back in. Taking it nice and slow and steady here. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to abs. Keep it going. Got 10 more seconds. You're going to hold it all the way up, finish off with those leg extensions. Last 5. Last 4, hold it up in 3, 2. Last one here, lift that chest up, hold. Just your leg extensions here. Switching through those legs, really draw that belly button down. Think about bringing that chest a little bit higher even. Last 8, 7, 6. We're going to pulse up the crunch. In 3, 2, 1. Can we pulse that crunch? Up, up, up. Extend those legs for a challenge. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, bring it in. Bit of a stretch out. Little moment for yourself. We're going to come back up, get into our second side of our side bends and our legs now. So swing yourself around. Lovely, wobbly on my carriage as always. I'm finding myself back in the center of that carriage. Long loop again. It is going up and over that elbow for me. Fingertips behind the head. Ball and fingertips are going to come straight to that thigh there. All right, when we're ready, we're going to go for that nice little bend to the side. Bring it back up. Taking our lean to the side. Bring it back up. Now again, think about this one coming straight from those obliques. That waistline's tipping us over. It's drawing us back up here. You also want to stay nice and tall in that spine for me. The longer and lighter that spine is here, the more range of motion you'll have. If you're all hunched over, twisted, you're not going to be able to go as far, but if you're nice and lifted, nice and tall, we should be able to add a little bit more to that lean. Nice. Can we start to add that pulse on the ball? We come down. Little pulse, pulse. Bring it back up. Adding that pulse, pulse in. Everything else stays nice and still and steady as we find that pulse. Nice, team. Getting those shoulders warm. Getting those spines, those abdominals warm. This is our last 8 here. We're going to hold it over. Last 4. Hold it over for me. In 3. In 2. Last 1. Hold it there. Just that little pulse on the ball. Can you go that little bit deeper? Beautiful. Keep those hips tucked under, belly button drawing in. Last 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We come back up, strap goes away. Ball can pop down just for that moment there. We're going straight into those legs. So palm comes down onto that platform. Leg reaches out long over that headrest there. Let's go just for that lift and that lower there of our leg. We start to lift it up. We control it back down. My carriage is wanting to go walkabout, so try and hold that carriage in nice and close. Maybe that fingertip comes up, finding that reach, finding that lift in our waistline up and away, that lift in that shoulder as well here, staying nice and supported. Again, our leg is aiming to reach here as well, so you can imagine those toes pulling away from you, drawing that longest pathway as we go for those leg lifts. Maybe we start to add that pulse in. So you lift up, we find that little pulse. Control it back down. Let's work for 10 seconds here. Last 6, we're going to hold it up. In 5, I'm starting to feel that burn. Oh my goodness. In 3, knee to elbow. In 2, last one there, that knee starts to pull in. We reach it out long. Whoa, I'm going for a lean over. We pull it all the way in. We reach it out long. Here we go, guys. Whoop. Spicing it up now. Pull it in. Reach it out. Whew. We've got 10 seconds of work. Almost there. Keep pushing. Finding that reach from fingertip to toe. Last 6, hold it long. In 4, last 3, reach it out. In 2, pulsing. Last 1, hold it there, little pulse, lift it up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. My poor glutes. A little bit of a tap out there. Oh my gosh. Okay, hopefully we're feeling pretty warm now. We're going to get started with a little bit more strength work, a little bit more fun. So start to bring yourself up. We're going to bring our ball with us as well. Now, a little bit of a reset on the springs, not too much though. 1 blue is your base option. Blue on the top row is your challenge. Blue and yellow is your super challenge here. So we're going to jump into a bit of a curtsy situation here. So I'm going to bring my inside foot down, nice and close to my reformer. The foot that's furthest away, it's going to take a little reach around to find that shoulder block. Now in this position, we want that underneath foot to be a little bit turned out. So the toes are pointing slightly towards the reformer. The heel is pointing slightly away here. We also want to square up those hips a bit. It'll be a bit tricky if we don't have good turnout, but try and squeeze those hips forwards so our headlights are pointing straight in front of us here. Okay, let's get started with a bit of a curtsy. Deep breath in. As you exhale, we bend in that front leg. We start to press with that back leg. Bring it back up. So the first few with our curtsies are usually a little bit wobbly. So try and take it slow. Find your balance here. Really control that bend down. Control that reach back with your back leg here. Finding that length with your back leg. As we do our curtsy lunges, it's also nice to think about where our weight is sitting. So sometimes when I see people do curtsy lunges, we have this beautiful push backwards, but we keep going back and we lose that connection of that knee over the toe. So try and keep that front knee pointing straight over that front foot as you do your lunges. So knee goes forwards, back leg pulls away. We squeeze back up. We're going to add in a reach with our ball. So reach that ball forwards, find that long line, bring it back up. We reach it forwards, find that length, bring it back up. For more, we're going to add on a single scoot. All right, my glutes aren't ready for this. We come down, back knee pulls in, it presses out, we squeeze it back up. Oh yes. So we come down, hold it deep in this front leg. Back knee only pulls in, it presses out, we bring it back up. Now when you're doing this, you can keep that ball going, pulling it in and out from your chest, or if you start to need a little bit more support, bring a fingertip or two onto that foot bar there to help you balance, help to take some of the spice off. We're here for 8. We're going to go just for that scooter. We're going to hold it deep, work through that back leg. Last 4, meet me down low. Oh my goodness, getting so spicy. In 3, we're going to fire it up. In 2, last one, stay low. That back knee is pulling in, pressing out, pulling in, pressing out. Again, foot bar is there if you need it, but try and keep those arms going for our challenge. Last 8, 7, 6, get lower. For 5, hips go back. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Bring it up. Oh my goodness. Tap out that glute, give it a little pat. One little breather. Now, hate to inform everyone, this is a superset, so we're going to keep going. We're going to keep that same foot on the ground, but take a little twist away from our reformer. My foot's still fairly close up against that foot bar area. My other foot's going to come back, find that shoulder block again. All right, we're going to go for a little bit of a single leg squat here. As we do, think about the weight going back behind you. As you bring that weight back, we start to press that carriage out. It comes back in, we stand it back up. So all of our weight is on this supporting side. We're quite light with that carriage leg as we press it out and in here. Balls just hanging out at my chest. Nothing too crazy going on with it just yet. If you want a little bit more here, maybe we start to make this all a little bit more continuous. So we bend down, we press at the same time. We bring it all the way back up. We bend down, we press. We bring it all the way back up. Think about that chest going forwards, the bum going back behind you. Squeeze it back up. Maybe that ball starts to reach out to the sides here as we go down. Pass it to the other hand as we come up. So alternating from hand to hand here with that ball. Getting nice and long, getting nice and low. Bring it back up. As you move, try and keep this outside knee turned out as much as possible. Try and avoid it drooping inwards. Keep it lifted. We've got 10 more seconds like this. We're going to hold it down. We're going to finish off with some skaters. So a similar movement to those scooters from just before. We're going to hold it down, work through that carriage leg. In 3, in 2, oh my goodness, last one, I'm shaking. Hold it down, that carriage leg bends in, it presses out. Bends in, it presses out. Can we bring that ball to our chest? Can we start to squeeze on that ball as we move in and out? We're here for 8. We're going to hold it out, we're going to pulse. In 5, 4, leg goes out, we're pulsing. In 3, 2, 1, hold it out, little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay. That got my glutes going. I don't know about you guys. They are on fire. Have a little shake. Get the fire out. We're gonna pop our ball just to the side for now. Please don't roll anywhere, oh my gosh. And then we're gonna go for a little bit of arm work. Give our poor glutes, give our poor legs a little bit of rest. So, same blue on the top row, blue yellow for a challenge. We're gonna grab a hold of our short straps this time and then cross them over. So you've got a big X in front of you. You're holding the left strap in the right hand, right strap in the left hand. From there, sitting up nice and tall in that kneel, we're gonna bring our elbows in, glue them into the rib cage. Palms are gonna face up towards the sky here. Now set up that spine really well. We're lifted, that rib cage is closed, belly button is in. We're gonna start to open those arms out. Keep the elbows glued in. Control it back in here. Now we open out. We control it back in. Really thinking about those elbows staying in nice and close. We don't want to see those elbows flopping out to the side. They're glued right onto that rib cage. Imagine there's some super glue in there, just finding that external rotation out and in. Now we are working on quite a small muscle group here, our external part of our rotator cuff, or external rotators of our rotator cuff, that is. And these are very important muscles, but they are also very small muscles. So hopefully we'll feel this spice up quite quickly. If you want a little bit more, maybe we lift those hips up. We just hold that high kneel here. To add on, we start to open out. We turn your palms down to the ground. We slide those arms out to the side. We bring those elbows back in, palms go up, we bring those hands back in. So we open, flip it down, slide, reverse, flip, close. Keep this going. Opening, flipping and sliding, controlling it back in. We've got 6 more seconds. We're going to go just for that bend and stretch through the elbows, that flip and slide if you will. In 3, in 2, last one, hold it there. We just open it out, bend those elbows back in, slide it out, control it back in. Here for 6. Exhale out, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All the way down. Roll out of those shoulders. Little shake out of those heads and necks. So we're going to switch the straps back just so we don't have that cross anymore, so they're in their usual hands. We're going to start to work through a bit more back work, a bit of a fly here. So give yourself a double thumbs up there. Arms are nice and long in front of us. We're going to start to open those arms out to the side. Control it back in. We open it out. Control it back in. As you open, feel those shoulder blades squeeze. Control it back in. Feel those shoulder blades squeeze. Control it back in. Try and keep those thumbs up to the sky for me. If you want more, let's start to add in a low to high kneel. You start to lift those hips up, squeeze the glutes. Control it back down. Lift up, squeeze. Control it back down. If you want more on top of this, if you're crazy like me, let's start to work into our windmill. One arm goes up on that diagonal, then the other. Still opening both arms to the side here, pulling both arms back evenly, just finding that bend in our waistline, getting those obliques going here as well. 10 seconds to go. We're going to finish arms out in our T shape again. One last little hold. In 3, in 2, last one, open out, find that T shape. Can we hold? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bring it in. Big roll out of my shoulders. Oh my gosh. Ouch. Okay, we're going to keep it moving, keep it going into a little bit of core work now. I'm just going to move my box slightly to the side there. Knees stay up nice and close against those shoulder blocks. Hands are going to come down onto the rails of your reformer. Now we're going to start just with a little bit of a cat-cow here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just start to bring that gaze up, tilt that tail up, and then tuck it all in, chin to chest. Slowing down the breath for a moment here. Focusing in on that body, in on your spine. The last 2 like this. And last one. We're just going to find that midpoint between our cat and our cow, finding that length in our spine from here. Now I'm going to walk my hands, maybe about 1 palm print out in front of my shoulders. We're going to start with some pull-ups with those arms. So stay lifted in the chest, belly button draws in, just our arms are going to sweep us up those rails. Just our arms are going to draw us back out. So everything else is staying still. Just those arms pull us up. Just those arms reach us back out. That belly button is staying drawn in. Spine is staying long. Gaze is just slightly in front of us here. We've got 5 more seconds like this. We're going to start to add in our knee tuck. In 3. In 2. On your next one, we pull up. Can you land those shoulders on top of the hands? Our knees start to tuck us under. Use those cores. Pull it back out. So knees tuck us under. It pulls back out. Just those knees are working here. They come under. We pull it back out. Think about that core drawing you up. It pulls you back out. That core draws you up. It pulls you back out. Add a little pulse at the top there if you want more spice. A little double tap. Adding that little pulse. Oh my gosh, my arms are shaking. Keep that chest lifted. Mine was totally sinking down there. We've got 6 more like this. We're going to hold it up. We're going to finish off with that pulse. In 3. In 2. Last one here, pull it up, finish off with that little pulse here. Knees pulling under. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find that child's pose there. Quick little reach out of those shoulders. Big breath in. Big breath out. All right. I'm going to wipe my sweat off and we're going to jump onto the second side now of those legs. Oh yes, I had not forgotten. So grabbing a hold of that ball, we're still on those same springs and we're going to set ourselves up for that curtsy now on that second side. So feet are coming up nice and close underneath that base of the foot bar there. A little bit of a turn out on those toes. We're going to take the leg that's furthest away from our reformer. We're going to bring it back behind us like a curtsy and bring it into that shoulder block there. Again, we're rotating those hips as much as we can again towards the front here as well. All right, ball starts at our chest. Lift that body up nice and tall. Deep breath in to prepare. We exhale, exhale, exhale. We start to bend that front leg, press that back leg away, squeeze it all the way back up. So again, we bend through that front knee, we press with that back leg, we squeeze it back up. Oh man, I think I'm in trouble for this second side here. I did a similar set like this a couple days ago in a class, and oh my gosh, my glutes have been shaking ever since. So here I am, feeling the earthquakes as we come down and up today. That is okay, I'm right there with you guys. All right, let's start to reach that ball out, go long there. Squeeze it back up. We bend that front knee, press the back leg long, we reach that ball. Squeeze it back up. Adding in that reach of a ball is a good opportunity to have a look down at that knee. Make sure it's still pointing over those toes, we're not sliding backwards too much here. Got 6 more seconds like this. Feeling that spice, we're going to add on our single scoot. In 3. In 2, hold it down, back leg starts to work. On this next one, go low. Back knee pulls in. It presses out. We stand back up. So we go low, hold it deep. Back knee pulls in. Presses out. We stand back up. So adding on that little bit more work for those glutes there. Staying nice and deep in that front leg as we start to press and bend through that back leg there. 1 scooter, 1 lunge, alternating here. Again, for support, foot bar is always there. You're welcome to bring a fingertip or bring that hand down onto it if you need that extra support. Woo. Loosen my footing a little bit, there we go. Let's go for 5. We're going to hold it down, just that back leg. In 3, into. Final push here, stay deep. Just that back leg pulls in and out. Can you get that little bit lower in that front leg? Keep it going with that back leg. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. All the way up. Little pat out. Not too much time to rest though. We're going to go straight into that single leg squat. So we turn, facing away from the reformer. Same foot stays down on the ground. We're going to bring that other foot up back behind us, finding that shoulder block. Okay. One more little prayer, one more deep breath. We breathe it in. As we exhale, we find that bend in the legs, that light press with the carriage. We bring it in. We stand it up. So we come down. Light press with that carriage. We bring it in. We stand it up. Now again, our weight is heavy on this supporting, on this grounded foot here. We're quite light on that carriage leg as we press it in and out here. What we're really trying to avoid is coming down low and sliding out with that carriage leg. So really stay grounded on that underneath foot there, light on that carriage leg. We also want to think about that knee being a little bit turned out here, so we can get into that outside part of the hip there as well a little bit. Whew. Okay, let's start to add that little reach of the arms out to the side. We can start to switch hands as well here, get a little bit more fluid with those legs. Everything bends and presses together, slides back in. We just have another 10 seconds of work like this. Really pressing that carriage leg along, bringing those hips back behind us as we go down low, bringing that chest down low here as well. We've got 6. Holding it down, finishing off with our skaters. So just working through that carriage leg. In 3, down low, in 2. Last push here, that carriage leg comes in and out, in and out. Maybe that ball comes in. We start to squeeze on that ball. In and out, in and out. We've got 8. We're gonna hold it out and we're gonna pulse. In 5, almost there. In 3, hold it out. In 2, last one, hold it there, little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, all the way back in. Have a little run around, have a little pat out. Good job, glutes. Oh, feeling hot, feeling spicy there. All right, the fun doesn't quite stop there though. We're gonna switch our springs onto a heavy set for a little bit of something to spice up our heart rate one last time. We are on 1 red as our base option, red yellow as our challenge, or red blue as a super challenge here. Ball can go just off to the side, out of the way. We're gonna come 1 foot either side of that carriage. We're gonna go straight into our carriage presses here. So we're low with those legs, knees go out wide, bums hover off the carriage, we tip our chest forwards, coming down nice and low, bringing that chest down nice and low here. Hands onto those shoulder blocks. We're gonna start to press it out, bring it back in. We press it out, bring it back in. Starting to build that pace up a little bit here, working through these arms. Now, if you want a little bit more on this one, step those feet forward an inch. If you want a little bit less, step those feet back. Okay, we're gonna keep powering through this here. Keep it pressing. We're just gonna be here for another 20 seconds. We're really gonna give it our all here. Pressing in and out with those arms as fast as we can. Last 15. Whew. Get that little bit deeper in those legs. We're almost there. 10. We have got this. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring it in. Pat out through those legs. We're going to start to slow things down a little bit now. We're going to stick on our one heavy spring or heavy spring option that we just chose. And just start to bring that body down. Let's have a little moment here just to rock out through those spines. Slow down through that breath. Slow down through our heart rate. Okay, we're going to grab one long loop. I'm going to grab just my right one and place that right long loop over my right foot. From there, I'm going to take my ball. I'm going to place that ball in between both of our ankles here. So we've just got that one strap on, and then the ball in between those ankles there. Nice and slow, nice and steady. We're going to start to lower those long legs down and float those long legs back up here. Aiming to keep that ball as still and steady as possible there. Aiming to slow down through that breath as we lower. Take that inhale as we rise it up there. Hips are staying as even as possible here. You might also notice that this spring is a little bit lighter than what we normally do for, say, like our double legs in straps. So that means there's usually a little bit more involvement through our abdominals and our lower core here. So if you find that you're getting down low like you normally would in your double legs, but your back is arching off, just bring those legs up a little bit higher. Tuck that tailbone under. Try and keep that lower back nice and secure. Nice and flat here. All right, to add on, next time those legs reach up to the sky, hold them there. With your free leg, can you roll that ball down towards your knee? We roll it back up in between those ankles. One lift and lower there. So we float those legs up. We roll the ball down. We roll it back up. One lift and lower. We've just got 10 more seconds of work here. Just finding that little flow there. A little bit of a hello to our hip flexors, to our hamstrings. Last 3 like this. Last 2. And last 1. Just grab that ball out for me. We're going to find a quick little figure 4 stretch here. So your free foot comes over that other leg. You take a big bend. Find that figure 4 stretch there. If it feels good for you, maybe press that free knee out a little bit further. Maybe we grab a hold of that strap and just pull it in a little bit closer here. Breathing in deep to that glute. Releasing and relaxing through that muscle with every exhale. Last 3 like this. Last 2. Last 1 there. Just unfold those legs. So we're going to place that strap away from here. From there, we're going to bring ourselves up. Quick little interval before we switch to the other side. Our ball's going to go just between our shoulder blocks, so just forwards of those shoulder blocks. We're wiggling our bums all the way forwards on that reformer. Then just take a little lie down over that ball there. I'm going to bring both of my heels onto that foot bar, toes pointing up towards the sky there, fingertips just coming behind the head. We're going to go for a press out here with those legs. Control it back in. Press out with those legs. Control it back in. Now this is a nice exercise to just say a little thank you to our spines, a little hello to our spinal articulation, and a little hello again to our core, just to finish off today. So as you press out that next time, find a big exhale for me. Draw that belly button down. Inhale, we pull it back in. Exhale, we press it out. Belly button draws down. Inhale, we pull it back in. We're going to start to scoop on this next one. Exhale, we press out. Can we tuck that chin to chest, start to scoop that body up. Knees are staying long here, legs stay long. We tuck that tailbone under. Bring it back in. Control it back down. So we press out. We start to scoop it up. If your ball goes walkabout, just correct that there. Bring it all the way back down. Why is it rolling like that? Bring it all the way back in. Start to scoop it up. Find that little lift. Control it back down. Using that exhale as we find that lift. That inhale as we come back in. Last 5 like this. We're going to hold it up. In 3, really scooping through those bellies. In 2. Last one here, scoop it up, hold it there. We start to bend through those knees, keeping that lift in the chest. Press it back out. Bend through those knees. Press it back out, really tucking that belly button in. Curving, finding that C shape in our spine here. Last 6. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bring it back down. We're going to pop that ball out. Final little bit of movement for today's class. Bring that body down. We're going to grab hold of the opposite long loop now. I'm jumping into the left long loop with the left foot here. Both legs come up towards the sky. Both ankles glue together. We're going to start with that lift and lower here. So feet are up high. Hip bones are nice and even. We're trying to keep that ball fairly steady here. We lower those legs down. Steady, we bring it back up. Steady, we lower it down. Steady, we bring it back up. Can we use that exhale on the way down for me? That inhale on the way back up. That exhale on the way down. That inhale on the way up here. Again, if you feel that lower back starting to lift off, just make this movement that little bit smaller here. Aiming to keep that belly button drawn in, that lower back pressing down, protecting and supporting that lower back here with our abdominals. For your challenge, we're welcome to add on that little roll with the ball here as well. So next time those legs go up, maybe you draw a line with that foot, drawing that ball up to our knee. A little bit of a passe there if you did ballet. Feet go back up. We go for 1, lift and lower. So legs come up. We go for that passe. We draw the ball down. We roll it back up. We go for our lift and lower. I feel like I'm about to lose my ball. Oops, go for a little correction if you need it. This is our last 8 like this. Last 3, last 2, and just finish that last one. Alright, we're going to finish off with our figure 4 on our second side. So take your free foot, bring that free foot over the knee of your strap leg, then taking a big bend with that strap leg, pulling yourself into that figure 4 stretch there. Maybe press that free knee out a little bit further, or maybe draw that strap in, that rope in that little bit closer for that little bit more of a stretch here. Really taking this opportunity to breathe into your body, filling up those lungs, filling up the belly, and find those big exhales all the way out. Maybe you think about that breath feeding into those glutes, and think about those glutes releasing, relaxing, softening with every exhale here. Finding those glutes melting as we breathe out, as we soften. These are some of our last few moments for class today here. Really take these last few moments just to thank your body for the hard work you have done in class today, the hard work you have done so far this week. Take any last stretches or releases that you need. Once you are done, just release those straps, pop your reformer back into place, and that's all from me. Have a very lovely day. I will see you in the next one.